Every WordPress theme has what's called widget areas. These widget areas are sometimes referred to as sidebars, but they're one and the same. Widget areas are areas that are designed to display widgets, which are basically just blocks of content that display added features on your website. For instance, there are widgets for adding text, widgets for displaying a list of categories, widgets to display your recent posts, and much, much more. To find your widgets, hover over Appearance and click Widgets. As you can see, WordPress comes with certain default widgets like search, text, pages, categories, and more. To add a widget to a widget area, all you do is click and drag. You can also just click a widget, then select the widget area you want to add it to, then click Add Widget. Once the widget is in a widget area, you'll then see the settings for it. You may have to click it to see its settings. Not all widgets have settings, but they do all have a title, which isn't required. Once your widget is in a widget area, you should be able to go to your website and see it displayed. One thing that confuses new WordPress users is this idea of where widget areas are located in the theme and how to move them. Every theme has different widget areas in different places, depending on how the theme was built. There is no way by default in WordPress to move a widget area without altering the code of the theme. Theme developers will look at their theme and say, this is a place where someone might want to add or remove content, like a search bar or a contact form or recent post, and so they'll create a widget area and place it there. Think of widgets to your website like apps are to a phone, and widget areas are just places to show off your apps. We use the app metaphor with plugins too, but that's because plugins and widgets are essentially one and the same. This is another slightly confusing part of WordPress, but think of widgets and plugins like this. Plugins are what you download to add functionality to your WordPress site, and widgets are one way to display those plugins through widget areas. Speaking of plugins, that leads us into our next video, which is all about plugins. For now, just remember that widgets are added to widget areas to display apps, default widgets and downloaded plugins, that add functionality to your site. Now let's take a closer look at plugins.